Today, we're going to break down one of the most powerful and influential poems to ever come out of the ancient world. It's called Hannah's Song. And what's so amazing about it is that it starts as this deeply personal cry of victory for one woman, but it ends up forecasting the destiny of an entire nation. Let's dive in. So, the prayer doesn't ease you in. It just drops you right in the middle of this moment of pure, unfiltered triumph. You can feel the emotion, right? That phrase, "my horn is lifted high," it's this ancient symbol for having your strength and your honor totally restored. You just know this is someone who has been through a serious struggle. And now that she's on top, she is not about to be quiet about it. And that's where the song really begins. It's all about this personal joy that's rooted in Hannah's own story. I mean, she boasts over her enemies and just revels in her deliverance. This isn't some dry, abstract theology we're talking about. It's raw, it's human, it's celebration. And that is such a crucial point. The reason this prayer has so much power is because it feels real. It comes from a place of genuine suffering and ultimately vindication. And that's what makes all the huge, cosmic claims that are about to come feel so believable. It's all grounded in one woman's joy. Okay, and right here, the song pivots. It turns from this private celebration into a public challenge. Hannah is basically calling out anyone who's arrogant and proud, and she's giving them this powerful warning. Hey, a higher authority is watching. And this one doesn't judge by what you say or how you look, but by what you actually do. This really sets the stage for the poem's biggest idea. And that idea is what you could call the great reversal. This is really the intellectual heart of the whole prayer. It's this absolutely radical idea that God doesn't just sit back and watch. He actively steps into the world to completely flip the social order and the power structures we all take for granted. And the first example of this reversal is just so stark. You have the ultimate symbols of human power, a warrior's bow, and they're just broken. And in their place, the people who were weak, the ones who were stumbling, are suddenly filled with strength. It's a total inversion of how you'd think the world works. And the poem just keeps this rhythm going, this rapid-fire series of reversals. Next up is money. The people who were full, the wealthy who had everything, they're now so desperate they have to work just to eat. And at the same time, the starving are finally satisfied. You can almost feel the world being reordered right in front of you. Now, this reversal, this one is the most personal for Hannah. The barren woman, which is a direct reflection of her own painful past, is now blessed with 7 children. That's a symbol of complete abundance. And meanwhile, the woman who had it all, the one with many sons, just fades away. Hannah's own life story becomes the ultimate proof that this cosmic principle is real. Okay, so we've seen what happens in this great reversal, but the next question is, how? How is any of this even possible? Well, the song moves on to explain the foundation for all of it, the absolute sovereign power of God. And the scope of the authority being claimed here is just immense. It covers all the fundamental opposites of our existence, life and death, poverty and wealth, being humbled and being lifted up. The song is making a huge statement here. These aren't just random forces of fate. They are all under divine control. And just in case you thought this was only about human drama, the poem zooms way, way out to a cosmic scale. This line grounds God's authority not just in our lives, but in the very creation of the universe itself. The same power that can lift a poor person out of the dust is the very same power that set the entire world on its foundations. So after all these incredible examples, the song basically drops the mic. This is the central thesis. This is the big takeaway. In the kind of world this prayer describes, human strength or wealth or status, none of that is the deciding factor. Real victory, it says, comes from somewhere else entirely. So the song has taken us from a personal cry of joy all the way to a universal statement about power. And you'd think that would be the end of it, right? But it doesn't stop there. It's about to take one last, really surprising turn. Is this just a personal prayer, or is it something more? And this is where the prayer takes this stunning leap into its final act. It actually moves from talking about present reality to talking about future prophecy. After laying out all these universal truths about how the world works, it's about to predict a totally new kind of leader who will embody them. I mean, this is a massive shift in focus. The whole song has been describing these timeless principles, right? How God generally acts in the world. But these last few lines zoom in and narrow that focus onto a specific future figure, a leader who'll become the ultimate agent of this divine justice.
And there it is. The poem ends by talking about a king and his anointed. Now, this is absolutely extraordinary because at the time this song is set, the nation of Israel didn't even have a king. This is a look straight into the future, a prophecy that the same divine power that turns the world upside down will one day be invested in a chosen earthly ruler. So you see how a prayer that was born from one woman's personal, painful story ends up becoming a blueprint for a nation's future. It just leaves us with this really powerful question, doesn't it? How can a single voice in one moment of deliverance echo down through history and actually shape the destiny of a people? And maybe more importantly, what does that say about the potential power of our own stories?